everyone, welcome to Alma Pilates and Yoga. My name is Marisol and today is the first yoga class of 2022. So I'm excited to take you through a sequence that's pretty gentle. I think this month, because I'm getting a lot of new people that are new to Pilates, new to yoga, I'm gonna gear it a little bit more towards beginners. It's gonna be a really simple flow, something that's pretty easy to follow and pretty straightforward, so I hope you guys enjoy it. If I go a little too fast, I apologize. I tend to have a naturally higher paced rhythm and I always have to work to slow it down. So anyway, before we get started, there is something I like to do at the beginning of my classes, and I like to grab either like a candle or a really good smelling lotion or an oil. I think this one, it might be pomegranate, I'm not really sure, but you can get them anywhere, Walmart, Target, anywhere online. And what I like to do is I like to put either, again, lotion or just have a candle nearby, or put like maybe a drop or two of whatever oil I like on my hand and just kind of rub it on my hands a little bit. And I can pretty much already smell it just from rubbing my hands together. But what it does, and what I find that it helps me with, and hopefully it does with you as well, is that it starts to bring your focus more towards your practice in your mat in this room, because the smell is nice. It should be something that you really enjoy, and it just kind of allows you to breathe a little bit deeper because you want to take in as much of that smell as possible. So try that if you want to. I'm going to, as we do our breathing. So let's start sitting on our mat, facing the mat long ways, I would say. And I like to sit on my knees, but you can sit any other way you'd like. Palms facing up, back of the hands on the knees. Sitting up really tall, you can close your eyes and think about how your hips get heavy in your position and your spine gets really long, your neck gets really long. You can close your eyes if you'd like. Not sure if I said that already. And I want you to take big, deep breaths. Really fill your lungs up with as much air as you can. Let all the air out. And don't stress about how you're breathing just yet. We'll get a little bit deeper into that as we go along. But for right now, just think of filling your lungs up with air. Letting your ribs expand, feeling as they collapse, and you exhale all the air out. And when your attention isn't on your breath, I want it to be either on your posture, on the smell of your candle, lotion, or oil if you have one, and keep it going. And then lastly, I want you to think about 3 things that you are incredibly grateful for, and I want you to name them off in your head or out loud. Mine is, I'm really grateful for the weather. It's sprinkling outside and that always makes me happy. 2, I'm thankful for getting to be here with you. And 3, I'm grateful for what my body can do. And those are my 3 things. All right, let's open our eyes. Take one last whiff of that smell if you can, one last deep breath. Awesome, everyone. All right. Let's go ahead and come all the way up to standing. And I want you to stand towards the front of your mat. We're gonna go into the sequence Surya Namaskara A, and it's pretty straightforward, it's pretty simple, but I'll break it down either way. Pull the arms back, reach the arms up. Inhale, exhale, hands together. Lower the hands in front of the chest. Press the hips back. Flat back forward, reach down to the floor, hold it here. Big deep breath as you place your hands on your shins, lengthen your back, looking to the floor. Exhale, hands on the floor. And then inhale, bring your right leg back behind you, both hands on the floor. Front knee, left knee is bent. This is where yoga blocks help, because if you don't have the flexibility for this position, you can always elevate your hands by putting them on something. Now let's just try holding it here and resting the right knee down onto the floor, just to stretch a little bit more in this position. I always find that my first rep of the sequence can feel really tight, so I like to pause here and rest my knee down. It always helps with my movement. Now we're going to pick up the back knee, extend the left leg back behind you, hold the plank position, take a big inhale. And for beginners, I recommend resting your knees down. Exhale, let's everyone bend our elbows back, lower the chest down, and then once you're down on the floor, inhale, press the chest away, look forward, just lift the chest where you can. And now from here, exhale, press the hips up and back. You can either go to a child's pose. Actually, let's all go to a child's pose. Hold it here. On your next exhale, press your hips up and back, downward dog. Good, bring your left leg forward, tuck it underneath your chest. I like to grab my leg for that one. Hold it here. And feet together. You're down into a forward fold. Now inhale, reach the arms out to the side, lift the chest, come up to standing, arms up, hands clasped together, bend the elbows, hands in front of the chest. Good, good, good. You should feel like one hip, your left hip, feels really nice and open. We're gonna do the same thing on the other side. So hands by your side, pull the arms out and back and up, hands clasped together, bend the elbows, hands in front of the chest. Press the hips back, flat back forward, hands on the floor. Hands on the shins, extend the spine as you inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, bring the left leg back behind you. Lunging with the right foot forward. And then let's take a moment to rest the knee down. Picking the knee back up. Let's extend the right leg back, find our plank position, and remember to modify. I want you to rest the knees down for my beginners. And then when you can, everyone bend the elbows back, lower the chest down. Inhale, lift the chest up to where you can. And then exhale, press the hips up and back. Find your child's pose. A deep breath, inhale. Exhale, press the hips up and back, downward dog. And then inhale, right leg forward. And remember, don't be ashamed to grab the foot, reach it forward. And then feet together, forward fold. Inhale, reach the arms out, come up to standing. Arms up, down together. Awesome, everyone. So that's a little longer than it usually takes, but I did want to pause in parts where it does kind of take people a moment to adjust. So let's see if we can go through that a little bit smoother, a little bit quicker. Find your breath, okay? If your breath doesn't match mine, that's all right. Just keep breathing. Inhale, pull the arms back, reach the arms up. Hands together, bend your elbows, press the hips back, reach down to the floor. Inhale, hands on shins. Straighten or lengthen your back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reach the right foot back. Hold it, inhale. Exhale, extend your left leg back into plank. For my beginners, rest your knees and bend your elbows back. Everyone lower the chest, hands on the floor. Inhale, lift the chest. And exhale, child's pose. Take one more big inhale, exhale, downward dog. Now, normally it's straight into downward dog. It's not usually with the child's pose, but I did, again, want to offer that as an option. Bring your left leg forward. Hold it there. Inhale, exhale, feet together. Inhale, reach the arms out, come up to standing. Stretch, hands together, exhale. Hands in front. Good, try that again on the other side. Inhale, arms back, out to the side, up to the ceiling, hands together, bend the elbows, hands in front of the heart, press the hips back, forward fold, hands down, hands on the shins, straighten the back, find some length. Hands down, bring the left leg back. Settle in. And extend the right leg back, find your plank. For my beginners, rest your knees, bend the elbows, everyone, lower the chest. Inhale, lift the chest where you can. Let's try going straight into a downward dog. So tuck your toes from here. Exhale, lift the hips up, then lift even higher into the air. Good, right leg forward. Feet together. And inhale, reach out, up, come up to standing. Good. One more forward fold. We're gonna move on from the sequence, but I do want you to reach down to the floor. I want you to take a big step back with the right foot. And the right toes will be turned out. How far out you want the toes to be turned is really up to you, but you want the left toes to be pointing straight forward. Now from here, allowing your chest to come down towards the leg. Again, this is where yoga blocks would help you if you don't have the flexibility. Place your left hand anywhere on the leg. I like it on my shin. Reach the right arm up to the ceiling. Hold, deep breath. Both hands down. Feet together. Stay in that forward fold. Left foot back. Turn the toes out. Right toes pointing forward. Hold this stretch. Right hand on your shin or on your leg. Reach the left arm up to the ceiling. Good. Both hands down, feet together. Hold it here. Good. Now right leg back. This time turn the toes out even more to the right hand side. Left toes stay pointing forward. You're gonna come up, bend the front knee, reach the right arm back, left arm forward. Find your warrior two position. Let's try that again. Straighten both legs, both hands forward and down. Bend the front knee, reach the left arm up, right arm up, back. Allow that momentum to help your upper body up or your torso up into warrior two. Good, round the arms, both hands together, feet together. Other side. Take a big step back with the left toes to the left, right toes pointing forward. Bend the front knee, reach the left arm up, back, lift your torso. I'm gonna try just that again. It's always the hardest part, I think, for beginners is trying to find that lift, that momentum, and a lot of it comes from your breath. But I think it's important to know, okay, what are the moving parts? Because even if you have the breath down, if you don't know what the moving parts are, it's a little bit tricky. So let's round the arms forward. Try that again. All right, so your front knee is bent. You're gonna reach your left arm forward, up, back, and come up. There we go, bending the front knee. Good. All right, and now from here, both arms forward, feet together. Separate your feet hip-width distance apart, maybe a little bit wider. Hands together in front of the chest for a pose. Bend both knees, sit your hips down, or just lower the hips. Good, Vinyasana. So I've got each elbow on the inside of each knee, and I'm using that to push my knees apart and lower my hips down. Deep breaths. Another modification you could do for this one is if you sit on your hips. It's not the same thing. Feet together in front of you. Press your elbows down into your knees as you sit in more of this like diamond/butterfly position. I know it's not the same thing, it doesn't have the same effect, but I always find it's a really good way for beginners to adapt to exercises where you have such an intense hip opening. Plus, it's the perfect position for what we're doing next. All right, so from here, let's take a seat on our mat. If you're not already there, scooch back a little bit. Right knee will bend, left leg will go forward, straight forward. So make sure it's in line with your mat if you've got a rectangular mat. And then from here, both arms will reach up, inhale, and forward fold, grab the foot. I'm wearing toe socks, which you probably shouldn't wear in a yoga practice. If you see me fiddling with my socks, that's why. Hold it here. I'll show you what it looks like on the other side. Another really great way to modify is just having this knee bent, not all the way in, but having the foot kind of touching right around the side of the shin and then going that way is, in my experience, what has been easier for most beginners to work up towards. And then come up, switch the legs, right leg forward, left knee in. Arms out up, inhale, exhale, arms forward. These aren't the prettiest of poses. I don't want you to think too much about that, okay? I want you to think about, wow, it's really cool that my hands can touch my toes and my knees can bend this way, and even if they can't, wow, I can actually sit up with my legs in front of me, which you'd be surprised how many people can't do. So don't worry too much about what it looks like right now. And come up. Let's lay down. My favorite pose. Reach the arms out, feet together, rest the knees to the right hand side. Come back to center, other side. Come back to center. You can extend your legs out long. I like having my hands down, palms up. Sometimes if I don't like how this feels on my knees, I'll flex my feet or I'll just bend my knees, feet flat on the floor, and then let my knees rest against one another. Now I just want you to find a pose that you feel comfortable with on the floor. We're going to do Shavasana, and normally this is a little bit longer, but I'm going to give you about 1 to 2 minutes here. If you need to take more time, don't feel free to pause the video and take as much time as you need. Big inhales, big exhales. Relax the face, relax the muscles around the eyes, around the ears, and the jaw. And I want you to really focus on inhaling into your ribs, up against the mat, feeling how the ribs expand with every inhale, and feeling as everything just comes back to center as we exhale. And as you start to focus more on your breath and more on relaxing the muscles and areas that you might not notice hold tension, like your face, I want you to also think about the 3 things that you're grateful for. Maybe it's the same 3 that you thought of at the beginning of class, and maybe it's a new set of 3. That's okay. And just think about that, have some gratitude for it, and then let those thoughts go away. And you can open your knees and you can close. I always think of butterfly wings when I do this after Shavasana. And feet together, lift the chest, grab the legs. This is how I roll up because of Pilates, but by all means, roll over to your side and push yourself up. It's hard not to mix the two. All right, sitting crisscross applesauce. I want you to sit up really tall, roll the shoulders up, back, and down. Reach the hands down by your side. Inhale, reach the arms up to the ceiling. Exhale, hands together, down in front of your chest. Thank you so much for being here with me. I know these new videos of 2022 are, at least the last 2, are geared more towards beginners, but I know that in the month of January, I've got a lot of people coming to the channel wanting those types of videos. So don't worry, in the month of February, we'll start progressing these videos. But yeah, I also enjoy these classes myself, even being a movement practitioner for such a long time. And especially with yoga and Pilates, I like going back to the basics. I like the days where I get to just slow things down and see what my body can do. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoy it, whether or not you're a beginner, and I hope to see you guys in my next class.